governor representing of the Pillow Talk. You get the man?
You should know this by now. Pillow Talk plays the #1 sound.
Yo, Pillow Talk TV, them are the BADDEST. No other program can't test, got them LAME. Yup.
Alive. I miss a Pillow Talk show. Yo, that show is so nice. Yo, when I cheer with our presenter, I say make sure you keep it locked in. The Pillow Talk show.
Yo, this is Danny Tunes.
Monday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Put it down, no, sir, every Monday.
From 9 to 11, it's the Pillow Talk.
Pillow Talk TV, Monday nights from 9 to 11.
Don't touch the dial, don't move, don't do a flipping thing.
Log on. Yeah. One more. Pillow Talk. Yeah.
What kind of talk? Pillow Talk, Ufa Talk, your talk, my talk, fear talk.
Pillow Talk, ladies. You drive me crazy. On and gone.
It's all about Pillow Talk, baby.
Pillow Talk, you know that. Pillow Talk Radio.
This is Gold
The
Star
Reggae
Sound.
Rhythm Restaurant and Lounge proudly presents Flavors of Reggae. Flavors of Reggae on Saturday, March 25th. Featuring live in concert, international reggae recording artist, Jamaica Songbird, Nadine Sutherland.
Hey, my beautiful peeps, it's Nadine Sutherland. On the 25th of March, I will be the featured artist on Flavors of Reggae.
Saturday, November 25th, doors open at 10 p.m. to the Reggae Rhythm Jamaican Restaurant and Lounge, 819 South Orange Blossom Trail, of Popcorn. The Flavors of Reggae with Nadine Sutherland.
I am so excited to be coming to spend time with you. Big up on yourself, you can't wait. This is for my baby face. You got a cute baby face.
Alongside the Rhythm Dreams Band and Jeffrey Michael. Music by DJ Sanchez and DJ Ming. This is a Gumption Movement production. For more info, call 407-814-3880.
Presented by Reggae Rhythms Restaurant and Lounge.
So I'm glad everybody tuning in right now, Just go and share the live right now, because Nadine is here live in person. So on the girl thing, when you see her up on the chat live, you see her up on the YouTube, your Facebook, you see her up on Instagram, you see everybody's here live right now. See it? So I'm going to just play a couple of her song them, and then, we don't talk, and then, she has to run. She's a very busy woman. We're glad to have her for the short length of time that we have her today. The legendary Nadine Sutherland is in the building, joining the Pillow Talk group. So we have to give her a whole heap of respect. Fans, big up yourself. Tomorrow night, people, if you don't know what it's all about, the Reggae Rhythms Lounge tomorrow night, Nadine Sutherland is performing live in person. She'll be there singing her hits after hits after hits after hits after millions of hits. And, and everybody going to get up and move, And she know the songs then for make everybody dance. So I'm going to play some of her songs. You might not know some of these songs. One is called Triumphant. She'll tell us a little bit about it later on.
Music, you're right here tuning into Pillow Talk. See? Yeah.
Big bull and we bossy. We no afraid fi be the mossy. We like so bright it make we feel so toasty. Right just know nothing no more we. Cause we triumphant. Because we not stay down. We not go down. Stop one like we are close. Cause we triumphant. Because today we not go quit.
I want to big up every lady we're checking right now. You understand? Every lady is a star. And we have one of the biggest stars out of Jamaica right now joining in here.
With thoughts in my mind, will make me feel like dead and me no work your want. Shut up your mouth. The enemy of another kind. Don't want them with them negative vibes from outside. Cause we no care. We're gonna ask you how you dare to tell we that we can't. Look around, we are prepared.
Tia, big up yourself, Shelly. Diana, big up the whole Pillow Talk family. Intern, big up.
We no afraid fi be the mossy. We like so bright and make we feel so toasty. Right just don't know, nothing I go all week.
Stop it!
So this is not an
Stop
album release. So enough go out and purchase a song. Them hear me? Just play like a clip. It's not an album release tonight.
But they do need to go out and purchase a song.
Yeah, purchase a song.
When they now see your crown, they don't know half what went down.
it! Pillow Talk, live TV, terrorist the future. Stop it! Stop it, calm down.
When they now see your crown, they don't know half
One big up Yard Hype Radio. I always put the check-in. My general, big up yourself. Madam, see how it go. Make sure you log in on Yard Hype Radio 2, you know. It's live on Yard Hype Radio 2, you know. So you can log in on that. If you don't have a phone or whatever, I don't know. You can go on Yard Hype Radio and listen to it too, you know.
Be true to one another, to be kind and gentle to each other, to give your best when it's asked of you, to do what you have to do when you're supposed to. You've got to feel it, ooh, you've got to feel the soul down inside of you. You've got to feel it.
You're on your tune into Pillow Talk. See?
Hey, if you're to feel it.
We're going on memory a little bit here. Quick and fast.
Putting roses on the pillow where you lay on the bed next to me. Cradle gently in your arms, my love. Watch your face like a child so happy. And you gently went to sleep in the cool and afterglow of love. Indulge me, I'm feeling mighty silly. Love we made is making me so dizzy. I'm serious. This time I'm serious.
You're on your tune into Pillow Talk. Yeah.
I won't plead and beg you, baby. I'm tired of this. When you shout, you're going, honey.
Pillow Talk Live TV. Turbulence to future.
If you don't treat me like a person, respect my
Music, that's how we stay clean.
It's sure
You're on your tune into Pillow Talk.
that my love will die. I'm
Everybody go on there, go and sing, no? The choir out there right now sing.
Ultimately, easily one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, the choir sing right now.
And
The choir,
there's a
everybody,
story
the choir sing
behind
right
it.
now. The choir sing right now.
I can see the rainbow. I'm getting married tomorrow. For instance, take it slow. They say I'm in love with us.
Pull up. No, but it's a bit.
I was living it out. Oh, we can go there.
No, everybody's singing, so I'm turning off so them can go and sing it at them can, you know?
See the rainbow. I'm getting married tomorrow. For instance, take it slow. They say I'm in love with a stranger. We've been friends.
Music, that's how we stay clean. You're on your tune into Pillow Talk. See? Yeah.
Yeah. This is for my baby face. You got a cute baby face.
And then them call me here.
This is for my baby face.
Tell me that song, they think she sing to me now. Me not lie.
Yeah.
All my life, me just say.
We have so many things.
Stop it, calm down.
Yet we are two different people. We just loving around each other. Yet we give each other space to grow. Step by step, we are getting stronger.
Stop it. Stop it, calm down.
So, I don't want us to get off the line of great music, you know, because she put out some really great song, you know. You see me? So, but everybody know some songs, and they're gonna really know some songs, though.
Wow.
Boja, Terry, bring the lyrics now.
Them know some song, but them know them song, you know.
Stop it. Stop it, calm down.
Where's the more?
Definitely.
What is the memory lane?
Don't say that's my favorite artist.
What is the
Don't
memory
look at me
lane?
and say that. I'm always gonna say more.
What's that memory lane?
Bring them.
Real talk radio. Stop it, calm down. Money.
We have the legendary Nadine Sutherland with the big voice when she sing them songs. And you start saying what? Tomorrow night?
Never wanna care so much. Never knew I love your touch. But I do. 'Cause you're my winner. You do things to my inner.
All Africa know this song, you know. All Spanish, all
international.
What you mean? Them songs, hey,
You know what international mean?
over the world.
All right.
Chinese people know it. And them that speak English. So you know.
That you are in my life.
I'm a comfort and nothing less. Reassure.
Me just a job song, you know. Me go play 2 + 2 songs.
I'm ready to see the one. Drink on my fountain. Be rejuvenated, man. Love all again. Hear this now. No child.
What I'm gonna do if you break my heart? The unkind gonna tear me apart. What I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do,
Stop
baby,
it.
what I'm gonna do.
Stop it, calm down.
With you I really wanna take the step, but if anything go wrong, I'm here again left. What I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, baby, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do.
Woman on the part of woman who want good love. Now simple. Stop it. Woman who want good love. Stop it, calm down.
Yeah.
Love a girl. I mean, step up.
Action,
That a bag of mood.
sweet.
Now we made the girl them broke out.
Action,
That a bag of mood.
sweet.
Now we made the girl them broke out.
You think you are so fine.
Chat no work, yeah.
One more people to go and log in for the talk now, you know. Wanna go and log in for the talk now. One more may I play, I eat this. One of my favorite Nadine Sutherland song right here.
Easy, I saw this play. You're right here tuning to Pillow Talk. See? Yeah.
Feel like I'm in a dream. Make me go like a bulldozer. Can you make this girl scream? Do you really know how to do the lady? Can you give me love every day? Can you love me and make me go crazy?
Yo, just touch down in a pillar. A style I represent, though.
Stop it, calm down. Stop it, calm
Let me say it's not an album release tonight. Wanna know why I sang them. So if you don't know the new one, them nothing wrong with that, just go up on the line and go buy them, right? Song at 99 cents nowadays, so it's easy for buy, right? So we have Nadine Sutherland in the building tonight, and it's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me.
From the flyer job, I say, yo, because fans are the same exact day.
So that's why it makes sure I reach and tell me yesterday and make sure what's gonna. I get the science.
Yeah. No, honest to God, as the flyer job, I said, no, so we have to have the legendary. What you mean? Yeah.
That's you.
Listen, my mother, my auntie, everybody linked me. My sister. It's my sister's birthday, so I'm bringing her out too.
Oh,
and it was crazy because
she's a Marchie. I just had my birthday last week. Yeah, and happy birthday to your sister. Thank you.
They so that song, I'm in love. Like my family's like, you gotta tell her the story, and I'm like, that's kind of cheesy, and we pressed for time, but I'm gonna try to sum it up and let you know the story.
Right.
So that song, like, you know, when we were growing up, we would always go to the beach and stuff on the weekends or whatever. And me, my sister, my other sister was a baby, and my brother, God rest his soul, we would all be in the back seat. My mother, you know, be going to the beach and everything, and that song is on the playlist every time. Like, that was one of my mother's favorite songs. So as her children, we had to hear it.
Yeah.
So it became one of our favorite songs. And then as adults, like, you know, my siblings their kids know the song. Like, it is such a generational song. And we would be in the back seat. We made it, you know, made sure we learned every word. Well, I know all the words to almost all your songs. I had to turn my music down rolling up because I didn't want to sound too cheesy. But, you know, in all of my playlists, like, not even just that era, but the energy that you give and that your music gives, like, I love it. And that's one song that's, like, embedded in my family throughout the generation. So,
oh my God.
Me interviewing you.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm so thankful that you have summed that up, because I've been, well, not really on the road, but having some shows, and my audience is like different generations. Like I was in New York, 20-year-old, my age group, 50s, 40s, 30s, everybody was there. And then when I went to Connecticut, it was the same thing. And this is what I'm hearing. It's just like songs that I've just translated to different generations, and that is reflected in my audience. And then the new one, the new picking them say have vibes.
Yeah, you're still full of vibes, man. Full of vibes. Full of vibes.
Full of vibes. That's what I'm hearing with the new, the young people. Them is like, she can't dance, she full of vibes. So I'm just very thankful, and thanks for that beautiful story.
No
I'm honored. I really am.
Yes,
me too. Look,
nice
me
story.
too. I'm sitting here.
I'll be honest. Also, when I mentioned it, she said, "Yo, if my and you know, Tia does have some issues, but she made it."
Believe 45% of my body, but I said
she
no.
said she not gonna miss that. She's missed plenty of episodes, but she said she not miss that one. So,
thank you so very much. Nice meeting you.
So, I guess my first question
means a lot.
You said you've been doing music, but when did you actually start doing music?
Long time. From I'm 11 when I win the talent contest at Jamaica. Yeah. Long time.
So it's a talent contest you win.
Right.
Okay.
It was the American Idol of its time.
Okay.
Because we did have two newspaper, 2 radio stations. So when the Airboard show TC, which was a big party, and it's still a big party company, when the Airboard showed on a crossroad, everybody come. So I won, and one of my the major prize that got me out was a recording contract with Tough Gang. Bob Marley was alive at that time.
Okay.
And I was able, my first recording session was with him. You know, he, with his institution, Tough Gang, he wanted to push out younger artists. I was one. Junior Tucker was one, actually. Junior Tucker was one. So he felt responsible.
The minister, no?
Yes, Minister Junior Tucker.
Yeah.
I saw him, Mm-hmm. So he wanted to just like shove us out, because from what the stories that I heard is that him go through so much when he was coming up with them thieving producer. Remember back in the days, them thief. And I said, them thief milk quota. I was saying in Jamaica, them thief the milk quota coffee. So, and he just never wanted that for young artists. So he facilitated us, you know, doing what we're doing. And then my first song was Starvation on the Land.
Okay.
Me ear said Starvation was supposed to be #1 in Jamaica at the time, but then it was released in the 80s, in 1980, when it was a political tumult in Jamaica. So me look up in me ear said people did say me I sing against the government of Jamaica. Starvation on the Land, so if you can help up on it, because it was about you know starving kids. So it was a conscious tune. You know them they were Rastaman, them a pure conscious tune written by Sangy Davis, Kaliwali. Amir said it never got #1 because I heard this when I was older. It would have made some people uncomfortable, and it was making people uncomfortable. So it was just like stupid, but I'm glad I found out when I was older, because I would have been traumatized as a child.
Yeah.
Because I was also, and that's a long story. They said 1980 was an awful year for Jamaica. Awful. One of the worst years in our history.
All right, so I'm going to fast forward to three songs. I'm gonna pick three, just three songs.
Yeah.
How can you pick just 3 songs?
I'm gonna pick 3 songs. A reason why I become more ask her, and are you the one writing the songs?
A lot of the songs I've written. A lot of songs. I never wrote action.
Okay.
And I must say, with Wicked Dicky, me have a nice, sweet, calm song named Wicked and Wild. And then Donovan Termine, behind my back, put on the wonderful voice of Buju Banton. Every time I'm going to say Wicked and Wild, and there's no Buju, all I hear the audience going, Diggy, Dicky, Diggy, Dicky.
Yes. So actually, it's couple of songs more I talk about. All right, so you was doing music now, and you passed on, and these hit songs now, your record.
Right.
So, which one was first? Was it Dicky Dicky or was it Action? Which one was it?
I don't remember. I remember how the train of event that led to me coming back to Jamaica. A lot of people don't know, Me go London and audition for Soul to Soul and get the part, I was supposed to be the next Karen Wheel, all right? Stop it! Or I don't know the history. But the manager them did, teacher though. Hate is an understatement. So it wasn't working out because every day it's cuss and cuss and cuss. So my manager was like, come and do some demos. And I did some demos. They were trying to put me in the Whitney Houston mold because they're like, the R&B Whitney, they're like, you can sing. I'm like, no for where Jamaica can sing, but I don't know why. They're like, okay. So at that time, Shabba Boss.
Okay.
And, Erskine was like, go back to Jamaica and try, do also, represent your culture, which I was happy for because, thank God I can't sing anything, but at the end of the day, roots are, dancehall and reggae. So I went back. I started it. It was before I did Dicky, but I know when I came back now, I did Action as a demo.
Okay.
Dave, it was supposed to be a demo for me, and people, you should be the fly on the wall. Dave Kelly and Terra Fabulous laugh off of me because I pure dancing me doing. That's how you hear the vibes in Action. If you catch me, me can't get a damn laugh. And Action have a very, very a backstory that is so a lot of people don't know. When it was first released, because I was before Tero, because I was a child star. By the time I reached in my 20s, Tero, I'm a little bit older than Tero. So Tero was a young hot DJ at that point. So when it was Nadine Sutherland, Terra Fabulous, it released in the ethnic market was Nadine Sutherland and Terra Fabulous. Okay. Tero was signed to Electra, and I wasn't signed. I know politics and everything. And they released it as Terra Fabulous. Karen Mason, God rest her soul, she know that my background, because I'm a trained dancer. I'm not a certified dancer, but I do ballet, I do thing. I know when what to do the broke out because so I don't know. I know the broke out. So she's like, I want you to be responsible for the dancing. So all of the dancing you see on the Action video that made it iconic was my creativity. Was choreographed by Kofi Walker and myself. A girl from the dance hall, I did get her forgive me several classes because that time roller dance just reached the dance hall. And so
I'm gonna see I do it in that video now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
I know, but you're not seeing the angle that I'm seeing, and I'm watching her leg and stuff. I'm like, okay, she's chicken still moving.
No, I watch her. She butt.
So
I gotta go home and practice a little bit. My bit, but
So when I walked in New York, they thought he was a terror when the video was released. And when the video was released, and shut up your mouth. People, it was just so, in your face. And we had choreographed dancing.
Yes.
And, me with my political thing, because I'm a Rastaman picnic, I said to myself, I want the gamut of black woman to be represented. The black queen. And, I never want, most of the stuff right now, no disrespect, was a representation of, I guess, light-skinned, straight-hair woman. And me was like, not in my video because me want my black, different hues of blackness.
Okay.
So if you look at the Action video, you see really what I was trying to bring, the rainbow of our people. So it released, video smash, but then I smile and a whirl and a da. So a big no, me I walk in New York City and all me are fabulous! I never knew it was me. They thought he was a terror and I was a fabulous.
Okay. Okay.
Stop
it. All right. Move us on. No. Yes.
I got it.
All right. So what me that ask now is that all right. So this you know, when your family hear these songs now, your mother and father, whoever, brother and sister, I don't know if you have it, they listen to these songs and say, did you get a phone call like, yo, what going on? Or did they love it immediately?
Me afraid because my father was a roots rasta. Yeah, you know, conscious. You know, and you know, all of that, and it was a transformation for me because dancehall was my youth culture at that time. So we were scanked to dance. Yeah, we were scanked to dancehall, and it was our youth culture. You know, the dancing change, and we will have the aptitude for it and everything. So when I did action, it wasn't really so bad. But when I do, man of a wicked for please me, because me and one girl on easy, me say, Jesus Christ, I'm going to hear the rest now.
Stop it!
I call me and say, you're lost! But I never got
like that song too, though.
Yeah. So I never got that. And, you know, daddy love it, man. And him love when I perform dancehall. Him love who I am, that, you know, basically, you know, I've just kept the authenticity of who I am and just do it bravely. And I'm, you know, if you like me, you like me. If I'm too stoush, I'm too stoush. If I'm, you know, too vulgar, I'm too vulgar. But whatever you see and whatever you hear as an artist is me. My singing and my dancing and my DJing and all that.
So how did you get on the collaboration with this Anything For You with all of these great artists?
You know, so it was Karen Mason, God bless her soul. And I said, God bless her soul. She transitioned last year. So like actually she was very, very instrumental in putting me visibly in the face of people. She believed a lot in me. So even with action, she knew my dancing background. With Anything For You Know, it was me and Snow first. I was then signed to Electra East West. So then I tried to push me out. So Snow had a song. The first song was I Will Do. If you see, it was just me and Snow alone. And then them said a remix. No, when the remix dropped in a dance song, I don't think anything exploded like that remix. That remix, and it was Karen who drew up for everybody. She was like a marketing genius. I don't know if any remix have landed like how that landed. When I say when that landed, when did it land? When that remix landed.
When I heard it for the first, I'm saying, "Oh God, what a song this!"
No, it
so
was
much great artists.
Yeah,
Yes.
but all of them
All
just.
on one.
I'm have to tell you, I'm really, really proud of them, because they made up all the lyrics on spot.
Oh.
So I boast about them because I'm like, look at greatness, and every one of them, all of the parts, them, all of the parts, them just.
Did everybody record at the same time, or
one by one? The only thing is only me have to stay throughout the song. So like, I woo,
right.
Whoa, I mean, I'm trying to look sexy. Whoa. But everybody come under them part, record it, and just do it because they never really hear it. They just showed up. So look at the talent. Look at the voices, All of the part, them just shock.
Which one of your songs that you have recorded and written was your favorite, or do you have any favorites?
It's like it's when you ask a songwriter that, you're asking, what is your favorite children? It's like you're asking a mother.
No, I know. I know, and I do that because some artists would have that same response that you have. Because basically, if it's something that you created, each one is an individual baby. You're cultivating and creating each one. But then you have some that do have a favorite one. And so that's kind of how you can kind of pick,
Right. I can't say I have a favorite one whatsoever. Whenever like a song come through you, because sometimes, it's not, sometimes I wonder how the song them come. Sometimes when I hear them after, I'm like, my God, so the creative process, I just open up myself to the universe and ask God, to create through me, and hopefully, like right now, just wanting the songs to connect to people's hearts, like Queen and Triumphant is right now, it's just like listen to the words and make it connect and lift people, especially after the trauma we have experienced after COVID,
Okay. All right. So, when you was talking about COVID for a second, how did that affect you? Because when COVID forward out, obviously no touring was going on, no art was going anywhere. How did that affect you? Did you look at it and like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, or was it?
I was very disappointed in the beginning of COVID because it was the 40th year anniversary of Nadine Sutherland that I won Tasty Talent Contest.
Okay.
So I was galvanizing a lot of support from the year before. Corporate Jamaica, everybody, it was when 2020 come, I have a big stage show. All of my friends them say yes. Sprague said yes. Vegas say yes. Third World. I only want me that work on the Melody Makers and the Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers. See, they tell me, say, she don't think, say, them when I do it. Me I work and I say, all right. But start praying because Ziggy going to say yes. Because I grew up with them, you know?
Yeah.
So everybody said yes. We're trying to get the show at the end of the year and everything started to start pay out money to people, to PR and all of that. COVID came and I was in denial. I was like, God, you can't make this happen on my 40th year anniversary. But it happened. I'm not going to lie to you. They made us supposed to go on the Love and Harmony cruise. I remember say, I just start say the ticket them. I just go in on my bed. I think say I lay down in my bed for a good week. A good week. The way I felt that I got a punch in my stomach with the 1948 beginning with Love and Harmony, and then after that, I said to myself that I can't really allow that because I need all of my senses them to survive this. Because initially when the other clubs come in, you get frightened. My parents them live a country. So I start say to myself, you know what? You can't go down in because you know if transportation I go stop and if anything happen to your parents have to walk the country. And you have to stay with them, and I say, okay, I forgot to defend them with a last time I go on. All kind of things. That never materialized. And then everything is like.
But you was ready though.
Yeah, what? Me I go on, I start thinking some ways, the worst case scenario for COVID, some bad girl business. Me I say, well, I have to just walk up a country, and I say, well, you're fit, you gotta start walking, for around 4 o'clock. If you walk at 4 o'clock, you probably reach country all 2 o'clock. I mean, I take them thing and I say, well, say, country people not deal with gun, but we deal with lass. So if you walk, you gotta walk with your lass and then the body trouble, you gotta just like some breather.
You had it all planned out.
I had it all planned out, which never materialized. I mean, I was just thinking of the worst case scenario. We just thank God for that. And then what happened is like some songs that I did in Europe was released. Like the EP that I did for Mad Professor In My Blood, that was released. Chatty Chatty was released, and I did it Chatty Chatty when I was at the University of the West Indies, and them said I'm gonna release Chatty. The video was released. We did the video 2019, so everything, and it was edited and it just dropped, So a lot of things just started happening career-wise, and it was amazing. And then what happened now is that it gets turn a wicked as sound killer still, because enough people did at the special, at that time when when people were getting their unemployment insurance, and then enough man said the greatest opportunity for me to do something special. But do something special, I just start kill some boy, and I survived. Okay. And then just Queen was recorded the next year. I survived. I wasn't performing, but I survived with my headspace intact.
Okay, we didn't see a lot of artists. Veteran artists recording music at that time. It was a lot of the young youths.
Yeah.
Probably never business them dead or not.
No,
COVID
never business them dead or
not. A question about, did you believe that it was COVID? Or did you believe in that was happening? People never believed that.
I know a lot of people didn't believe that was happening, but when I almost lost my auntie to COVID, that was a turning point for me. So I'm based a lot in New York. And when my auntie was a nurse, got struck with COVID, and she's a gangster, that's why she survived. And she, having experienced it, she being a healthcare worker and experienced another level of it. When I went up to New York, I didn't know how myself brave. I went to go up to New York once in June, because all of my family up there, I have to make sure another set of family. So my mask up on the plane and go up on the plane. And the stories that I heard about the bodies, out of the hospital and had to be stored in these ice trucks were true stories.
Yes.
New York was like a ghost town. My nieces and my nephews were very traumatized because of what they experienced. And when my auntie was saying, Nadine, you just hear ambulance, boom, boom. It was like like The Walking Dead, that show there. Mm-hmm. And that's what New York was. So I was, even if I did never want to believe, I was forced to believe. Because I saw for myself. Mm-hmm. I experienced a family member at the first stage of COVID. I went to New York with my brave self and saw how New York was not New York. So I was forced to believe. So who want to dispute it? So I'm not arguing about if them want to say Me not in a no argument with no smarty. Have your belief. And if you don't, but listen, don't impose what I don't like with the pro and the cons. The people that must say COVID exists, especially when they did come on to the vaccination, and the people that must say no vaccinated. Why was there an argument? It's a personal choice.
Right.
Will you impose upon other people belief?
Well,
Me
because
did find the ego them come in and all of that and who more intelligent and who know when school but do school. Me see our life.
I think a lot of it was because governments were saying if you want to go there, so you have to get vaccinated, and if you don't go there, so some jobs were demanding you have to be vaccinated to be. So it became more of a forced situation with some people.
And
Not
I
all
do understand that, but it's not up. You make your time come and force on social media attacking somebody who supports it or attacking somebody who don't support it. So it's two of them, you know. Nobody never did better than anybody, you know. Because everybody ego big and trying to prove a point.
That is true.
So that's what it became. So it became very, very unattractive. Because people's egos were being infused by either me supportive or me, I know better than you. And you hear the other world go, you're a sheep, some like, because you follow one or the other, you're a sheep. All them denigrating thing you chat to each other about. So it's like, after a while you back off and say, can I eat that business is? It was just idiocy. Them two people are fighting for I laugh no.
But you've made it through.
Right.
I made it through.
And some of both sides made it through. The believers and the non-believers.
true.
Some of us are all still here from either
Exactly.
side, you know?
From both sides that made it through. And that's just what is important because we a lot of people go down during COVID. A lot of people went down. I know a lot of people who went down, musicians that went down during COVID. And then the thing that really hurt me during COVID is that some of the stalwarts that went down, we couldn't honor them. Because, you know, the capacity for funerals.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I sit down and I'm like, you know, I want to go on a campaign and say, have a memorial service now or a big show. Like Toots now. I'm on like Toots. The whole of Jamaica where I want to come.
Right.
Look on the hits them where Toots doing and it's Toots.
Yeah.
A celebration will be there. You know, I think like, apart from Bob, probably Toots is one of them man who did it from a long time internationally. Toots rated as one time as one of the best voices out of Jamaica, even now.
Yeah.
Tootsie Bird, you know? And we never get to celebrate a man like Tootsie Bird. And that's what really one of the stuff that hurt. When Bob and the past, we never get to celebrate Bob. That's why this album, and to be honest, this album, Tribute to Bob and is so important to me. Because I'm stalwart when man will contribute to the culture so much, musical culture. And it's like, what, 4 people can go? Or something like that. That's it. Well, that was what for me was the greatest downturn and the most pain that I felt. That some of them stalwarts there. So hopefully somebody's listening.
You're campaigning from now.
I campaign from
Right.
now.
I want to talk about some of your newer songs that you're working on. But before I do that, I have a question that I want to ask you because you talk about walk with this son. Do all kind of stuff. Yeah, so what I want to know is outside of doing music and traveling and doing shows, what are some of the things that you do to keep fit? Because you look more fit than me, so I want to know.
I go
separately.
dance. I work out at the gym religiously. I go dance classes. I like exercising because I was I did fitness instruction certification from a long time. I love that. I've just been a dancer. And I've always gone to dance class, ballet, modern, African, dancehall. Now them have, African was different back in days too. And it's not like the Afrobeat, African,
Right,
no,
right,
everybody.
right.
You know, it's a different kind of dancing. So that's it. I just dance, love jig up myself. I'm boring though. I stay in most of the time. That's why I'm go dance class and the gym because if it's me alone, right, you say no, even with COVID spoiled me. Netflix. And a glass of Merlot is my boyfriend. So
I can relate though because I call it being a social introvert. So I like to go out and I thrive when I'm out, but I prefer to be home. Yeah. Like I spend a lot of my time at home.
You know, sometimes I think people meet me. If me not, I'm underwhelming. Cause she want me go up on stage and me dance and them something and I so and sing and others. Like when them see me sometimes, you know, I kind of quiet and shy and kind of goofy. I wonder, because I'm one of the Yeah, boy, them expect for me some va-va-va-voom or whatever. I put on my fake eyelashes and my makeup and make me look pretty. And that's about it. I get them take the picture and I'm like, whatever that is when I'm performing, when I'm doing the video, when I'm doing the photo shoots. Yeah, not that I'm going to go look awful or terrible, but I'm just not like a bashy woman or enough or wanting to be seen. Right now, I've been famous for so long, for so many years. So sometimes I just go in a one corner and hold my space, you know.
Right.
It's a different kind of life, so, you know.
Your songs, Queen and Triumphant, where did you draw inspiration from those songs? In the time, you know, the era that we're in.
Right. For Queen was made during COVID. And I think probably it's my story also. I felt I was stepping out tentatively, and I wanted to inspire women more than anything because I felt that my story was their story. And when you listen to the lyrics of Queen, they now see your crown. They don't know half that went down. You earned every diamond on your head. Sometimes it got dread. You know, women will get knocked down and pick up themselves, and, you know, single mothers where sometimes the pitney them act up and you want to kill him and you feel like the pitney go stray and you still invest in your youth and them come and graduate from college and them something there. You know what I mean? You look at those stories, look, you know, like Shelly and Fraser's mother, when you look upon her and she was selling and all of that, and I'm sure it wasn't easy, and look where your pitney come out to be. You know, are you corporate, you're going to the corporate world and you're there and you bust the glass ceiling after so many years. They don't want to give you the job or the pay that you should get because you're a woman. So it was my story in, you know, some of the experiences that I had in the music industry. And I'm like, you know, I'm stepping out again. So even in my video, I use women who I respect. Babs Grange, Portia Simpson, both women in Jamaica who are from the inner cities who rose to prominence. Rita Marley, who a lot of people don't know, that, you know, after when Bob transitioned, she was at the helm of Tough Gang. And look where Bob Marley is. Rita Marley really was very instrumental in keeping him alive, you know, and a lot of people don't give her the respect for that. And she was very instrumental in my childhood in terms of helping me to become a better artist. And Miss Pat Chin from VP, even me, who thinks me a big up woman, just never recognized the P in VP was Pat. But I was think about VP and we see the man, them and all of that, and don't know that there was a little China woman that they did it and I run it. So for me, I wanted those stories to come out for, you know, young girls to see and young girls to say, all right, if them can go. You see, because of them woman there, you see, Queen, I produce it. Right, produce Oyin. I started my label because their story empowered me so much. So then we'll go to Triumphant now. Triumphant is a universal thing. I wanted we call them the marginalized community. Woman, man, everybody where people say, you can't do nothing with your life and just like treat you badly. And you just decide that, no, I want life me having, I'm going to take my life in my hand, right? I said, no. I'm going to big, bold and bossy. No bother, show up and just embrace who you are. You don't care. You don't care anyone say you're big, bold and you're bossy because you're triumphant, because them don't know some of the stories that you have told yourself, the narratives that sometimes we tell ourselves. I use this word in triumphant, you know, so the enemy thoughts in my mind. How much time I look on you look on yourself and say, I don't look good. And you only can see the bump on your nose. And nobody else can see it. And you only just like, oh my God, and you wake up and, you know, the self-loathing because you don't look like the modified bodies. Right? Or like a man and, you know, look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatsoever. And you say, you those are the stuff, the thing, I'm not good enough. How many narratives were said to ourselves and just defeat ourselves. So those are the enemy thoughts. That we have. And the enemies outside, the bad-minded people, them want to wish you good. And say, girl, you know good. And wish doom and gloom on your life. But sometimes we are our worst enemies. So that's why I basically spoke about being triumphant over those stuff. And you just one day, just say, my big goal and my bossy. Me not afraid to be the mossy. My light to shine, me just a piece of toasty. Right, just say now, nothing not go hold me. Cause me triumphant over everything. So that's what that song is.
Praise to that. All right, so we know you're here. You have a show starting tomorrow night.
Flavors of Reggae.
Yeah, Flavors of Reggae. So everybody found out
Excitement.
Jeffrey Michaels will also be
And
there.
it's, and it's a live band event.
Live.
Yeah,
Live.
and-
So,
yeah.
so how long have you known Fanso now? Because he's
Too long.
me gonna be honest, he's a great drummer, right?
Too
A brother
long.
when me know.
Me know
but-
Fanso from me probably a teenager done.
Yeah?
Teenager. A long time I know Fanso were in the music and I come up. I think I knew Fanso before Action Boss, don't? Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Long. Yeah, before Action Boss. Before, I think I know Fanso from around 1920. When we did go Mexico.
1920.
19 years, 20 years between.
Okay. All right, between.
Right.
Around that
Not
time.
the 1920s.
Max said Fanso.
About 1920
Boy, yeah, that's
years.
Fanso a vampire then.
Don't all of years, all me too. A long time,
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Fanso.
So they've been doing shows. We had some great shows. I
heard.
You know, yeah. All during COVID. Cause in the business, and if you drop down tomorrow out the door, I'm all right with that. Right? Everton Blender,
Some
Glenn
here.
Washington, Leroy Sibbles, Itana. You know, so Davil.
Davil.
Yeah, great shows them.
Yeah, man, I
Great
heard the shows are
Great
awesome.
shows, and the bands were a great band. Right,
May I tell you? Let
Five
me
or
tell
six
you.
another great band, and you know, so but that
The
band
band
is bad.
is, the band is incredible. Our rehearsals I was selling Fanso. I wish I could tour my show in terms of the band and
Yes.
the musicians and everything.
Yeah.
And why? Because, with every band, is an element of creativity that you can inject in your performance. I mean, I tell you, we're creative, but so me can't wait.
And the band brings a different energy to show
Some
than
love
really.
band more than track.
Yes.
Me love band more than track. Like you can't stop and you
Yeah.
can talk to the audience.
Bass you can play,
bass can go on.
Yeah.
Lead guitar can go on.
Yeah.
Because we have a little girl, we play the lead. She good. Anybody can, it's just like a different kind of vibes. And I think it connects differently with the audience when you have a band. And for a singer, for me, give me my band any day.
I'm down. I love band.
The live performances are always the best.
Yeah.
Always the best. With the band. With
the band, yeah, man.
With the band. So, what is upcoming for you now?
Upcoming after this, the show. On Sunday, I'm going to eat Cuban food, rice and peas. I'm kidding.
Hi.
No, I'm saying that because
Right.
my stylist at Jamaica is like, you better fit in those outfits. And I'm like, you better fit in the outfit. So, okay, so kidding. Stop the kidding. I go back to Gary G's show. Then I have to go to Montreal. Then I probably have to go back to Jamaica and also record. I just finished the video for Triumphant in New York. I come here exhausted with the shows in New York.
And he mentioned it. Said
Yeah,
she
I was
tired.
tired. I'm still tired.
Yeah.
But I'm able to sleep in the nights.
Yeah.
So tomorrow and then May, well, there are there are dates. June, tentative dates. I don't like saying my dates unless the money come out of the bank,
So
When the money
you
come.
mentioned the Harmon House. Have you been on that cruise?
Yeah, I did it last year. Love
All right.
and Harmony
Then
cruise.
this cruise.
I did it last year.
One of my
It was so
brethren
much
them
fun.
say, I think I saw her on the Harmony cruise, I say, yeah, me go feel it. All right. So
Yeah,
in,
man,
in,
I
in
did
the
it
right,
last
in the
year.
right.
I did it last year. I was the artist that they were supposed to have. So there are shows coming up, shows in Europe, shows coming up. Yeah.
What place have you went to? Have you gone in your career? And you never feel like you didn't believe Jamaican reggae music reached to the way.
Japan, when I went to Japan, it was crazy. It was crazy. And it's all the, people who emulated the culture and everything. My father, when I took Daddy to Japan, he was in a state of shock. Because he was like, I could never imagine. And it was always, for me, it was a letdown when I go back to Jamaica. Because when I see how people honored our music, and I see how crazy they went for our music, and just see that we still somewhat face the prejudices. You come and you feel like, it's like you're like queen-like, and you're walking on a cloud because the people them go on so bad over reggae music. And you come back and, it's like they just never got it. And I don't know if they're ever, I think they might be getting it because at least there's Reggae Month right now, and it is growing, and, a lot of stuff growing, and, them respecting reggae. But in terms of, I went through stages that reggae, Boogie Yaga, dancehall, Boogie Yaga, and all of that. Corporate Jamaica would not even want to associate with their own culture, and I've seen it changed. I see people from uptown, downtown, white Jamaican. The other day, I go somewhere, I see a white youth, a skank, you know. And I was like,
better than you.
Yeah, me know I must be a diplomat, pick the that. Right? And him a skank, you know. I go over to him and say, I say, no, I'm a Jamaican. I mean, I tell him I dance. You know, so first is for me to live to see that when I went to high school, some people never even want to associate with reggae music. And then it was worse, you know, in my father's generation, you know, when you hear, and you still hear Boogie Yaga. Remember at one stage in Jamaica with Christian music, the fight them have. Can you imagine? Our music. They don't want reggae to play and glorify the Lord. And dancehall for play to glorify the Lord. Where come from that? No, you have reggae dance, you have reggae gospel, dancehall, and our music. And them so prejudiced and their mind was so embroiled in colonialism that they hated themselves so much. You know?
So you knowing all and have all this knowledge of everything, do you think you would be ever be a producer?
I produce myself now.
Well, I mean, of other artists signed like a corporate.
No, even knowing about come, I can't take stress, you know.
Yeah.
And anybody can't take disrespect and stress on them. So, you
have it now, so with the knowledge, wouldn't it be great to share it and produce?
I mean, not even know. Right, I know, ask when me with Nadine Sutherland alone, I'm so stressed. With so much things happening, must let's take on with the responsibility for somebody. Me no know. Me gotta be honest with you because right here, so now, my life alone to navigate it and handle it, you know, the time that you have to. It's a 24-hour job. You know, social media come on now. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to choose the right thing and blah blah.
You have
to
say the right things nowadays, or them. Cancel you.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about so many different things, you know. You put yourself and you embroil yourself in foolishness. You know, there is scary, weary situation. You have to, it's very cerebral now. You can't just go there. And even with yourself, I laugh with my father and trim roots and you couldn't wear makeup when you're younger. I said, right now when him come and he must see the makeup artist, I apply and I chisel. And I put on my lash and everything. Him just sit down there and watch because he has accepted that the music has changed. Back in the days, you go up on TV, Jay, you wear around, I come from country, you wear around frock and no makeup and you go sing hee. And even in your 20s, you know, all those, what is in the music industry right now in terms of fashion and makeup never existed a couple years ago.
Right.
Right now, it exists. And it's a different terrain. So you always have to be thinking. You always have to be like, you know, what you're going to do. It's just a different terrain that if you want to be successful and you want to market yourself for this new terrain, you have to understand it, you know?
Right.
So as an artist that has came and seen, you know, many transitions through music and through fashion and all those different things, you're basically explaining like how you learned to kind of like bend in the curves to go, you know, to develop and move it. But how do you feel about like other artists, or what would you say to other artists that are more hesitant or resistant towards the change?
Me can't say none to them, you know. Me not gonna say none to them because that's where they are, the part of their journey. You know, I was lucky enough that, you know, when after I went to university and got my degree, I got a job as a director for the performing arts. And then I came back, and there was a whole young cadre of people that my energy attracted. And, you know, even when I was tentatively stepping out, they were like advising me, them, you know, introduced me to stuff, you know, makeup and, you know, the new kind of makeup and all of that. So styling, you know, the person who styled me the most, Nico, and he would be like, you know, sometimes me and him quarrel, come here for tell me, say, me no want to look like a mama young girl, but
Stop it!
So I am not trying to compete, but you have to understand to market yourself what you're trying to do. Because I'm like, me never was a competitive woman, but you have to understand certain things that are kind of necessary to keep you keep you relevant, you know, kind of thing. Because me can't just some fool from 19, understand, you have to know what to do, and you is your own self, you know, but you just like, okay, so I always use the analogy with myself. It's like you have a product, and it's a 40-year product, but you have to repackage it.
Right.
Yes.
Correct.
So you're singing it.
I like that
Yeah,
analogy.
you have to repackage it. You have to, because, you know, listen, I think there's the Aunt Jemima on the maple syrup. Them take out, you remember when she used to have a headband that looked good, and you see a new representation of her on the maple syrup right now. It's like me, you know, it's just like, it's I'm gonna be almost 45 years next year career. How you going to repackage yourself, because you know that it's, you not only have your audience that is looking from you, that grew up with you from your 11, you have a new 20-something-year-old picnic them that looking at you too, and they like you.
Yes.
You know, so it's like, where I go do? Me can't, first and foremost, me not desperately trying to have my young girl business, because that look terrible and awful. But you know, you try to keep up yourself. Yeah.
Well, Miss Sutherland, it's great having you on the show. Tomorrow night, I guess tell the people tomorrow night, Reggae Rhythms, Jamaican Reggae
Rhythms
launch.
Restaurant is gonna be exciting. Flavor
South
of
Iron
reggae.
Blossom Trail.
Yeah, man. Me not really know the address. You know the address? Say it for me.
819 South Iron Blossom Trail.
Yeah, man.
A popka, right?
Yeah.
So on the forward on this tomorrow night. It's Saturday. Make sure on the forward the answer is Nadine Sutherland live. Jeffrey Michaels also be there. Music by DJ Sanchez, DJ Ming. The price depend on the flyer, people. You understand? So no girl thing if you forward the door, you know, say $40 if you want go in a corner this one and sponge up with 2 NSC or whatever. VIPs on sale also, right? So
nice.
So it's flavors of reggae. Big up the whole promotional family and the fans will big up yourself. Thanks for making this happening for us. Nadine, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
People, it's Pillow Talk. It's a Friday night. Tia, respect and thanks for that. Your artist is here.
Thanks for your beautiful questions, Tia.
You're welcome. I thank you so much for being here. Because when he said that, I'm like, I hope you say yes. I hope you say yes. I hope you say yes. So I definitely thank you for coming and gracing us with your presence for this last hour. Everybody out there, listen, I am definitely going to be there. So you guys should definitely also come. Forward. Bring your parents, bring your mother, bring your woman or your man or whoever. Because when I tell you it's like a whining type of,
I know, right?
And that's gonna be tomorrow night. The doors open at 10. I know Tink was just telling you guys, and I want to thank everybody listening out there, Yard Hype Radio, and everybody out there in YouTube land. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell that friend to tell our next friend. Pillow Talk Live. We out.
The Reggae Rhythm Restaurant Lounge proudly presents Flavors of Reggae. Flavors of Reggae on Saturday, March 25th, featuring live in concert international reggae recording artist